Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. My name is Steve. This is Steve Builds. Welcome to the stream. Printer Prawn and Beartastic and Stuart. Yes, this is a funny looking Voron. We've worked on Prusa's. Now we're going even further afield and not even a 3D printer. So, hey, Ken, Zarp, Andy, New and Azo and Hendrik and Jorg. Hope everyone's having a good last day of the weekend. Joker Nut and Squirrel Brain. So this is a 3018 CNC. It's the Max version of the kit. And I bought this almost a year and 5 days ago. And it's been in my garage and I'm just figure it's time to play around with it. Hey, Double T, Carlos, Ansgar, and Jordan. Hey, Sanity. So I don't know how this is going to go. The whole purpose of me building this is I want to expand my experience and have a platform, an easy to move around and keep out of the way platform to experiment with different things, different controllers, different software, that kind of thing. I have an MPCNC, but it's a different beast. It's also something I want to leave alone because it works. If I need to go out there and cut a panel, I can do it with very little fuss. So, hi DJ Natty, Mitchell and Bill and Breckle, Christian. So, let's see. What little updates do we have before I get started here? I have made progress, although not ready for it yet, but I've made progress on the RC car. Let's see what we have here. Hey, Andres. I got pieces. I got bigger pieces. This is the front of the Sandy bug. Just for those that aren't aware, let me bring it up here. I've talked about this for probably 6 months now of building an RC car, a fully printed RC car. And what I will be building is this here, this Sandy, this Marks Manx style dune buggy. So 3dsets.com and the buggy lineup. I have some friends who want to get in, so we'll be building buggies and the Sandy, but the Sandy I'll be doing on stream. And these are really neat and just the detail. So anyway, so I've been printing parts slowly but surely, getting some things done. This is the nose. Now I'm not super happy with it because I did the variable infill or variable layer height and made it really fine on the nose here so it would be smooth, but I forgot to set a minimum wall thickness, so there's a little bit of pillowing there that I'm not gonna fix for now, but I think you can see it right there. So, hi Evil, hi Burnt, hi Mitcha and Viking Cat and Aubrey. So, yeah, I reprinted this. I reprinted this because I did this on my Legacy and ended up with some really rough areas. And I kind of gave up on the whole plan to print the whole thing on the Legacy. I printed this on my Trident and it turned out absolutely gorgeous. None of those artifacts. I'll return to the Legacy at some point, but I just don't have the patience or time to tune that in. Charlie's good. He's sitting right here, down at my feet. I'm sure he'll jump up here eventually. So this filament is, where do I have it? It is Jesse, PLA. It is Jesse Green Slime, PLA. And then I started on some of the chassis pieces. So some of these pieces are fairly large, but they're all turning out pretty great. And suspension pieces, chassis tub. So making progress. What I assume, hoping this will basically be if I need some extra time for another big project, I can work on this. So, Aubrey, you have 3 ranchers and a buggy. Yeah, I'm looking forward to building one. They're really, look like they're really well put together. Now, this is my preview of it. I have no idea what the actual build process is going to be, but their instructions look good, and the way the parts prints, and there no supports needed. Everything is built-in supports. There's a lot of support, but it's all built-in, pre-modeled, and it seems to work really well so far. So, hi, Collie and Scott. Yeah, they do a really good job with the pre-built supports. Something to learn from. And Aubrey, I one of the appeals to the buggy line was the belt-driven drivetrain, and I'm glad to see that in the crawlers. And when they officially release that for the others, I might buy the Rancher model and build it. Oh, put another piece over here. Other than that, I've got a lot of projects that are in process. Like here, I got the printer cam. I've got more ERCF parts. I'm getting back to printing those. So the green V2 there is printing a lot of the main color stuff. Here I'll go pretty generic. I'm gonna go black and red. I can switch it up later if I want, but need to get some of that stuff because I ordered the last part I need for that, the little Hall effect sensor for the tool head. I ordered that yesterday. So, hey, there we are. Hi, Charlie. I told you he'd jump up here on his own accord. Hi, Patrick in the Philippines. It's 1 a.m. Well, thank you for being here. Hi, John from Hungary. Yeah, the 3D set stuff, many of their models, they started with crawlers. If we go back here, all of these, like the Rancher here. Oh, where is it? The Rancher product. These are all crawlers. All low geared, low power. Hi, Golden Jaguar. Hi, BBs. And Roycono? I don't know if that's an I or an L. Here. Let's see here. Will this increase my viewers? Does that work? Oh, Charlie's in the way. We got the Boron 3018. No. There isn't a Boron CNC. Hi, Steen from Denmark. Lithios. This wonderful coffee cup was sent to me by our friends in the Czech and Slovak community, foreign community. It makes coffee taste 107.2% better. So, let's get started. I have no idea how long this is going to take. we'll work around Mr. Charlie here. Let's do a little bit of unboxing. So this has been sitting in my garage for a year, and I blew it out with my air compressor because I had it open and I'd done some woodworking out there. So there's quite a bit of wood chips all over, but I think I got most of it. I got a rag I can wipe off if I need to. Hi, Nathan. Good night. Thanks for dropping in. A 007 FPV from Texas. Axe Smith LaFin. Okay, we got a hardware kit. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time on the unboxing. This looks like tie down stuff and maybe wrenches for the spindle. Set those off to the side. For some reason, it included the laser safety glasses, but not a laser option. So we'll just toss that over there. Little brush, some bits. So one thing about this, so this is the 3018 Max kit. And if you go to, let's see, if we just go to Amazon, I just bought it from Amazon. I don't have a link for you because the one I bought is unavailable. But if you just search for 3018 Max CNC, you'll find this exact, basically, this kit. It's distinguished by the metal spindle holder and other metal parts, whereas some of the other 3018 CNCs have injection molded parts for the spindle holder. Now, what's different between this and when I purchased mine is they've taken a page from like Creality's book and they come mostly assembled now. Mine is all parts. So if you look, I think if you go to something like this, here, the efficient pre-assembly, they come in a couple of pieces and flat packed. So that's okay. I don't mind building it. If I got it and it came that way, we wouldn't be doing it on the channel. So Charlie's found a spot. Hey, Andrew. What are you planning on using the CNC for? I really fancy one, or maybe a little jealous. A learning tool. Exclusively a learning tool. If I can cut a few small pieces out with it, whatever, maybe engrave some stuff, play around with some mods, but I want to try different, I want to try Gerbil, some of the any other software, just kind of learn something outside of 3D printing. So this is just kind of I want to build this. This is for me. I bought it with my own money. I have no idea what I'm going to get into, but I figured I'd share it with you. That's the whole premise here. And I'm hoping it's small enough I can move it around. I can move it around in my other garage because it'll be messy, and it'll be an easy just go and try something. Thanks, John. So let's keep going. We have got, this is the controller, and it is in a little plastic case already. It is a Gerbil controller, and we will figure out exactly what that means and how it works. I'm going to set some of the stuff over here that we're not going to need. USB cable, power supply. It just uses a brick for a power supply. Let's set this over here. Some wire management there. The steppers are kind of funny in here. They've got a really stubby output shaft, but they are a reasonably sized. I think these are slightly larger than what comes in your typical 3018. This is part of the Max. Hi, 3DP Freak. Yeah, Ken, they actually make, I think they make a little, a fairly nice little magnetically attached shop vac adapter. So I may look at that. Little injection molded piece with magnets. So Burnt in Phoenix, what size print volume would you recommend to print those RC car parts? You only have a V0 right now. A V0 is going to be too small. They do, one of their big things lately is all the newest model, the Buggy, the Sandy, and the Bamboo can be printed on a Prusa Mini. That's their big selling point right now. Hi, CNC Evolution from Romania. Bill Brothers, you will want some earplugs or similar. Yeah. And I don't know how much we're going to be able to actually do this on camera here. We'll see what comes up. I might put a big container over it or something to dampen the noise and the chips, but I don't even know how far we're going to get. I think this is the Y-axis lead screw nut holder. And then the spindle. This is one of the upgrades on the Max, and it's a little dusty, but it has a, I think 200 or 250 watt spindle. It's a little bigger than the, what is it, a 775 motor that they use on many of these. So. Charlie is just out of the picture. Yep. He's probably figured that out. He wants me to know I'm here, but he's going to be stubborn enough to be just out of view. Oh, Wago holder is too small for the Wagos you have. It's a really tight fit. If they're the 221s, if they're these guys, it's a really tight fit. You push them in kind of if you're looking at this, you push the back side in first and then push it down and it should click into place. It may be pretty dependent on print settings too. 3DP Freak, €5. Thank you. A coffee or other beverage for your hard but fun work. Thank you. Coffee. Oh, okay, Charlie, I'll let you down. Hey, Blam. How are you? Oh, it's 0.5. That's quite a difference, Sanity. I don't know what to tell you. Hey, Mr. K. I don't know what this is. I think this is the ER nut. This is part of the spindle. So I'll leave that in its box. This is going to be a mess of finding things, I think. Stepper wires. And then I had taken this apart at some point. This is the metal Z-axis spindle thing. So we'll have to put that back together. I had taken this apart just looking at things. And we'll probably deburr some of this. That kind of stuff. I got the screws for it in here, so it's my handy little screw tray. Set that over there. I hope the manual is good too. This is the collet, the ER collet, the other piece to that thing before. So this can go away. My box with Wagos doesn't look like it's genuine stuff. It might not be. It's off of Amazon. I have no idea, but they fit. And I didn't design the mounts, so I don't know if they were based on this or not. Pretty Freak, is this machine for wood or also aluminum? Technically, it's an engraver. It's not meant for like plastics and engraving plastics and soft metals. You can probably get away with cutting some plastics, but we'll see. I'll find out. Okay, so here's the frame. It's got, so the other thing that distinguishes the Max is fairly thick. Let's see, what are these? 10 millimeter plates. Excuse me. Side plates. And the build plate, which is just a big extrusion. So this should be 300 millimeters by 180 millimeters. That's the 3018. How many RPMs can the spindle do? Let's see. What does it say on this? It says it's a 200 watt spindle. I'm just looking at the... It does not say. Oh, 12,000 RPM is what the Amazon's product page says. So. Thanks, Greg. I bought this at Target yesterday, in their little branded shirt, cheap shirt aisle, and I thought it was neat, so picked it up. Andrew, generic Wagos don't fit in the Wago holders. Yeah, these fit in the Wago holders that we have out there, and the ones that G something 12 on the Voron users repo made. I heard can 3018 mil aluminum is the equivalent can Voron print peak. I suspect that's true. Okay. I'm gonna pull all these extrusions out. So we got some 40/40 for the front to back, it looks like. Oh, and they're tapped and threaded for the side panel. So not a lot of options on how those go. We should be able to at least square things up. Hopefully there's enough room in the bolt holes. There's those two. These are the Y bearings. These look like the X. This looks like the X rail. Hi, Max. You didn't see that. That was a little joke. Little joke from earlier in the stream. You can rewind. Then more 10 millimeter plates. There. There. Now the evidence is gone. It's not okay. Okay, we have frame pieces. This is the Max version. Let's see here. Those look about the same length. Everything feels good as far as consistency. Everybody say hi, Max. CNCs are hard. Then we got a bag of hardware. Like rubber feet and the lead screw knobs. Oh, some Allen wrenches. Okay. T-nuts. I'm not going to use these Allen wrenches, hopefully. I'm just going to set these aside. iMax. Cool. So this thing came with a little USB drive. Inadvisably, I plugged it into a computer. And it has some sort of a manual. So let's look at it. Just open it up in Google Docs. This is it. Hey, Nix code. So let's get started. Version 1.0 of the assembly instructions. So we're gonna assemble the base. Got a bunch of bolts. This will be interesting. Okay, well, let's see. I'll pull up the granite plate if I need to. Yeah, that's part of the. This is the Max version. It has a, just to catch you up, Max, 200 watt, a little bit of an upgraded spindle, and slightly, I think slightly larger, although stubby shaft steppers, and then the 10 millimeter aluminum plates, although this is probably just one step above cheese in its quality of aluminum. Barnyard, Ivan CNC. Ivan is a crazy man, and I love watching his videos. Exactly, Sanity. Okay, so this is the front one, and it does not appear to matter which direction it goes, so we're going to set that there. I'm going to make sure that all of the sawdust from my other shop is off of these. It shouldn't have any because they were down inside of the box, but... Hi, Ander. Okay, there, and then here and here. Let's set the build plate out of the way. Those are the way. My bench here is very not flat, so I'll probably pull the little countertop piece up here in a bit. So this is going to be built as the instructions say. Later, if it needed, I might do some mods. All of the linear rods are drilled and tapped for attachment in here. And it looks like they're 10 or 12 millimeter rods. These must be, what do we have here? These things are 12 millimeters. Hey, Pietro and Paul. I would love a granite slab that large, Andrew, but I just have this little offcut from a local counter place, and they charged me way too much for it. After I haggled them down about 50% on the price, it was still too much. This has got some roughness on there that I think is in the rod. I don't think that's dirt on top of it. Hi, Pex Peppers. Oh well, we will soldier on. So I think I can do all of this right now. So we need a bunch of M5 by 16s. I think that's what these are. So let's pull that right there in 5x16s. Yep. I'm just gonna finger tight all of these. I wouldn't be surprised if some point I need to chase one or more of these threads, but I'm gonna give it a go without that. Find having a small CNC and a couple of 3D printers makes an excellent tool set for making stuff. Woodworking fun, but generates, yes, it does generate a lot of dust. The other thing I'd really like is a laser cutter as well to add to that collection. That's on my list of projects I want to do at some point. Yeah, those are going in okay. There's no problem with the Z post holes. I don't. Thank you. I wonder, did I get it right? I did not. No, Stefan is right. Thank you, Stefan. I missed it. So these extrusions should have, yep, the mounting holes for the Z plates. And I did not pay attention to that when I was putting this together. Yeah, if I do a laser, it'll be CO2 for sure. A diode laser is not going to cut it. So this is, that stepper's got to go on the back, which means this is probably goes like this. Let me look at the, it actually doesn't call that out in this first page of instructions. But the stepper goes to the back and those rails are going to go to the back. I think thank you. Yeah, Max, what I was saying earlier is the whole point of me buying this and building this is so I can get some experience in Gerbil and be able to play, have a small platform that I can move around the other garage and I don't have to rely on. So I can try out other, like, what is it? The Raspberry Pi CNC, whatever stuff, that kind of thing. Bill, that video on Cloud42's channel about engraving the metal was pretty cool. Doing that. That thing he's using, that's like a $700 diode laser though. Okay, now I've got it. Correct. Thanks again, Stefan. Hi, Brian. You've seen the Open 5X, 5-axis 3 using Prusa i3. I have not seen that. Isn't gerbil kind of like hamster? Yes. Is it gerbil or is it gerbil? Is it GIF or GIF? Okay, those are there. Guess I can put these in lightly. Those are a different bolt. Those are M6 by 16. So where are M6s? That must be these. Sandy, as promised yesterday, what do you think of the Anchor Make printer? Whatever. I mean, I don't really care. If it ends up being a user-friendly device, cool. It doesn't really fall into the realm of things that I'm interested in. But if it turns out, once it's out of their Kickstarter or whatever, to be a nice device, it might be something I recommend to my family and friends. But other than that, I haven't paid much attention to it. Where are we? Here and nope. Yep, there we go. Do. Okay, we have bearings. And we have bearings that I believe are very, very, very dry. There might not be much of anything. I know we don't want some grease on this, so I'm going to try this, just a dry lube, just to get something on it. I'm just going to put a little bit along the bearing races and call that good enough. Oop. Wrong one. Where did it go? Oh, there it is. Thanks, Blam. This is my normal build process. I will go through and eventually figure out what I missed and go back and redo it, just like anybody. Thanks, John. Thanks, Barnyard. All you guys are paying more attention than me. It's quite loud. But I think that's kind of par for the course for these. Where's that one? Am I missing anything else? Not according to the instructions. The instructions that are up for me, and I have no excuse for missing these. Okay, let's put this stuff out of the way. and pull my slab up here. Let's grab a rag and wipe the dry lube that dripped off. We don't need manuals. I was going to do this without a manual because I couldn't find it at first. Then I found the USB drive that came with it. Okay, so we're gonna do that. And grab this. And I'm going to snug these down. So those bearings have slack. Yeah. They roll okay. They're not rough, they're just loud. Thanks for being here, Blam. Talk to you later. Did not get that all the way, so let's... Where does the display go? It does have a little display. It's on a little tether. It's, I don't know where it is. Oh, it's in this box. I think it's in this box. Yeah. It's this super cheap. That's cheaper than I thought it was. Holy moly. Look at that little display. That'll be fun. Oh, it's got an SD card it came with. Another thing to plug into my computer and get it taken over. Hey, Dark Neutrino. Huh. Interesting. Dark Neutrino? Yeah, like one of those old dollar store, whatever, little actual LCD display. Yeah, the Tiger handheld games. This is a 3018 CRS. I don't have a large enough table to actually know if that's off or not. I have a feeling it doesn't much matter. These, where is, I guess I can use this. So let's just tighten these down. There's no easy way to tighten these down, so I think just snug is the expectation. And then maybe you can get some idea. It appears square. See your printer prawn? What do we got? Yeah, there's no play there. We'll run with it. Hey, Johan. What do we got? Okay, so that's page 1. We got a spring and a copper nut and the. Okay, so we got this thing and spring and a copper nut. I think brass is probably more accurate. It says copper in the manual. See? Copper. That runs okay. So that's going to go on there. And this is going to push in there. I think we're going to compress that spring and then thread it in. That should be that. Something like that. We'll need a stepper and a little coupling. Ew, I hate these style. Oh well. I don't like the style of coupling that throws a set screw into the lead screw, but I'd rather it clamp. But that's okay. Let's see. 5mm side. Yep, there is a flat machined on here. We'll just get this snug. Snug but not tight yet. And then some M3x14s. Must be these. Just keep putting them in a tray here. Aside for a minute. Price of everything is getting nuts. So of the cheapest fuel, gas, diesel, whatever, what's the going rate in your areas of the world? Right now, the cheap gas, which is 87 octane gasoline here, is at the station down my street, which is a little high, I think is like $5.49 US. Even my ethanol that I run in my STI is almost $4 a gallon. Okay. So that and this with the brass nut forward. That's going to go in there. Make sure that these are loosened enough to make it through. Well, and of course I can't get to those. Let's do a dry fit here. I might have to pull the stepper out. Yeah, I think I'll pull the stepper off and tighten that coupler down. Where are you at, Bill, for over $6 for the cheap stuff? Are you in the Bay Area or somewhere else in the US? Or is that not US? Oh yeah, you said US. Emmanuelito, this is not a Voron CNC router. I've done the Prusa work, and now I'm doing another non-Voron project. This is just a generic 3018 Max kit I bought off of Amazon a year and 5 days ago. I bought it on April 5th, 2021. Oh, you're not too far from me then, Bill. I'm here in the Sacramento area. Okay, so went ahead and tightened the coupler onto the stepper. It's back on here. Okay. Now, have a bearing, one of these bearings. Is this one of those that rotates? Yep, okay, so I'm gonna break that free. So this is a little spherical housing. Now it's not meant to spin in there, but it does allow it to have some degree of lining up an imperfect interface. So I'll just break that free so it can move. When I put this on here, and what does that use? M5x10s. Oh, that's these guys I'll get. What did I say that was funny, Law, or evil? I said something funny? Oh, what was that? Oh. Where's my stuff? That's got to be it. Here. NH3D, $2 Canadian. Thank you. Uh-oh. Oh, there it goes. Give me a minute. This one fell into a tight spot. And I have a feeling I don't have much for spares. There we go. Okay. This. Ooh. How much wiggle room does this have when it's on there? Not a lot. It's fairly tight. It was okay. And I think that I'm not tightening any of these. I'm just making them snug right now. Let's see. That bolts are in. Set screw, lead screw. We get to assemble the table now. This is kind of a mess to sit down. There we go. I'm going the wrong way. What's up, Nero? How are you? Okay, this little table, I have no confidence in how flat it is. Everybody say hi, Nero. There we go. So we have a bunch of these things. So we need 2 here. You have one of these, don't you, Nero? You built one of these on a stream. I can. Oh yeah, there we go. So I don't know how flat this thing is. Let's find out. Let's see if we can get some idea. Let's move this. I don't know where. Right here on the floor. That's a whole lot better than I thought it was. There's a little bit that way. It's cupped. It's cupped up this way just a hair, but not as bad as I feared it would be. I have a little spoil board to put on it. So, okay, last of these. We're gonna set the whole thing on here and see how it goes. Okay. And these are in 5x16s. All of these. A 5mm nozzle on a 3D printer. So you can then go back through, he said, and mill it. Mill it after the fact. Weren't they advertising that as a feature on a potential feature on the E3D tool changer? Was being able to print something like severely over extruded or oversized and then go back and mill it to size. I don't know what I should. If we do it on stream, the first project will probably be a light engraving, trying to keep the noise down. I was thinking just the Voron logo, but I'm open to suggestions on what to do. No, I printed those and they didn't. Oh, you guys are talking about panel clips. Oh, it's getting warm. I don't know what I'm gonna do this summer. It is, what is it supposed to be here today? We are seeing well, it's only supposed to be 75 today, but I've had printers going in here, so I think it's making it artificially warm in here, but it was 90 yesterday. And we'll see triple digits this summer for sure. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do about that because I don't have direct climate control in this shop. Okay, how are we going to actually do a good job of lining this up? Probably. Where did my little ruler go? Is it underneath here? Where did my little ruler go? The mini splits, someone mentioned a couple of streams ago. Is that underneath? No. An option for an attic mounted mini split, which could potentially work for me. I left one of my tools in the other shop. Give me about 1 minute to go grab it. Machine is square. Should be able to get at least square that way. And then I don't know where my other, that's how close I am. That is way off. CNC maker, how noisy is the bed going to be if the bearings are that loud? The thing is, when it's in operation, it's not going to move nearly that fast. That is right there. Attic mounted mini splits are more expensive. Hi, John. And I squared this one, and this one is already square, so that's a good sign. Actually, can I do... No, because it won't hit there. Can I do it this way? Let's go this way. I'm making sure that these are the same. And I think I can do that by just running it into the end. And those were right on. Nice. Now this is not going to be dial indicator square, but we will try to get it awfully close. LTT did a couple of videos on Linus Home with a couple of mini split ceiling mounted. I saw that actually. Just, I don't know. I need to do something. I need to do something that's not too expensive, too permanent, because I don't want to, ideally, I don't want to be in this house for the very long term. Okay, let's see how close I got. Actually, let's do... 29.97 millimeters. 30, I'm within half a millimeter. 30.5 on this side, 20, basically 30 on this side. I don't know if I want to fix that or not. How hard would that be to fix? Can I get a... I can probably get a little closer. Let's do that. Loosen this just a little bit. Yeah, CNC maker. This is the 3018 Max. Now I would have put I think I put a link in the description, but saying that it's not the exact one I bought. But if you search for 3018 Max on Amazon, you'll find what I bought. Now the new ones, they come mostly assembled. Let's do that. I think I can get a little bit of play. There we go. That 0.5 millimeter is not going to matter, but I'm going to see if I can get a little bit closer just because. I've thrown it all off. All can't talk and do something and at the same time. Just don't have a great way to get this measurement, at least not with the tools I have here at my desk. Get it close here, because this is quick. And double check with this. There, that's within a couple of tenths of a millimeter. All of that is square. Okay, where are we at? Sacramento gets very hot. Yep. Very. Genmitsu, is that a Sane Smart brand? all of them. Yep. Centerpiece. There we go. Oops. Now let's see what we did. 30.1 and 30.4. So within 0.2 of a millimeter, I'm good. On something that's just defining the cut area. We are good. Then we've got a knob here somewhere. I should probably put the feet on this too. Oh no, maybe I don't want to yet. Shoot. Set screws in here. I found it. Oh, these are metal. These are actually machined aluminum. They're not plastic. I'm surprised. Dominic, I'm building a switch wire and it's my first Voron. I know parts should be out of ABS, but would it work with PLA for a moment? I think of any of the machines that you can get away with that on, the switch wire being open is one of them, but I wouldn't do it. Have you seen like the PIF program for printed parts? Yes, this is more of an engraver than a mill. Although you can probably mill plastics and stuff like that just fine, which might be a common use case for me for this, maybe a small panel or something. Ooh. I think coffee's probably not helping with it feeling warm in here for me. Although now it's cold. Okay, where are we at? What do they say to do next? Yeah, everything's designed around ABS and ASA. You may be able to get away with it, but you're on your own. Okay, so that's completed. And we have these uprights. Let's do the stepper side first. And that will be this guy. I suspect, yep, those are not the bolts. Got yet another little tray here is working out well. These guys. Where are we at? I think Modbot printed parts for his laser engraver in PLA and had to redo them, because all the parts cracked during assembly. Yeah, PLA is brittle. Well, that's fun. Those barely fit. There's not going to be much wiggle room at all for making sure everything's lined up. Yeah, there's some play in the holes for the bolts, but they're off just enough that I'm hitting the extreme ends of the play on each. So if this needs any adjustment this way, it's not going to happen. Just snug. Just snug. Is there a step file for the Stealth Burner beta? There is not. It will be released when it is out of beta. We release the step files for everything, but Stealth Burner is in an open beta, and as soon as it is officially released, the step files will be available. Okay, what are they saying to do next? We got that on there. Then they want to throw all this stuff in, and then put that side on. Okay. And 5x16s and 6x16s, a stepper motor and a coupling. So, stepper motor, coupling. They have a, I think I'm going to put this connector just going straight back. They don't give a recommendation. How's the music? Are you guys hearing it okay? Forgot to ask at the beginning of the stream. Music is good? Good. That. What'll be the best view? That out of the way. I guess those could have gone on. Ooh. Oh, those probably go on with a, hopefully with a, yeah, hammerhead nuts. Because there's no way to get them on there now. Music is, well, it's the lo-fi stream beats. That song's almost over. How's the rest of this? How's the lag in chat? Yeah, it's not as bad as last time, right? How is it for you guys? As far as when it shows up. It's looking good. Go back here. Okay, I had taken apart the Z assembly. So let's see about getting this back together. So there is all this stuff. Gotta unthread this lead screw from in here because I had just temporarily put it in so it would fit in the box. Ah, cannot get my... There we go. The spring was in the way at first. Okay. So we have this and this. Where does that go? Okay. This is a little short integrated lead screw stepper. Let's pull this off. This is going to be fun, I think. Let's see if we can get some dry lube on there. I don't have access to those bearings. So let's just try, see if we can get any of it past the wipers. All of these just feel dry and loud. Tiny, this was somewhere around 350 US dollars. NYX code, quick questions. Aren't shafts of steppers pretty bouncy? Most steppers have spring washers in the back, so you can't, there's not much play there, but you can feel them if you press on the output shaft. But it's pretty strong. Okay, so that goes there. We've got a spring and a lead screw nut. Now this is going to be interesting to put back together, I can tell you that. Let's put that way, and then we are going to put this in here and then compress this and then thread it in. There. I think that'll do it. Thread that in a bit, and now this is gonna go here. So I'm just gonna put the wire straight back. I don't know if I want to change that later. This assembly, this had come assembled, this whole piece here. I had pulled it apart just checking it out when I first bought it, but it's been a year ago, so now I'm learning how it goes back together. Hi, Joseph. Shaft on my screwdriver is too short. Let's try this one. Just barely. Is a green screw mat one of those non-skid high grip mats? No, this is printed. The long screwdriver so I can hit this angle better. Oh, I'm gonna hit that angle perfectly through these holes. I don't think this is long enough though to hit that though. Nope. Let's go straight through. There we go. The tray does not have magnets inside. It's just a 3D printed part. I don't know. Got the original design off of a printables thing. I remodeled it. All they had was STL, so I just took was inspired by that and just modeled it in Fusion 360 because I kind of like having a little parts fastener tray. There's the printed forward option for the person with the switch wire. Yeah, they could print it forward if you're, I think the queue is really short did I see right? Did I infer right that the person is in somewhere not the US? It's a short queue in the EU, I think, right now. There we go. Yeah, I think I saw that there's only a dozen or so, 16 people in queue right now. This is going to go here. This is going to go here. Oh boy, lots of pings. What do they charge for the parts printed in ABS? A lot less than you would probably think, but I don't know what the exact prices are right now. If you go to the PIF website, it'll tell you. A model of me with the enormously long screwdriver. That thing is ridiculous. And such a tiny handle. Long screwdriver, tiny handle. Look at that. My hands are small. Oh, there's my... There we go. How long is that? That's a 60 millimeter long handle. Okay. Oh, those 5x16s for the extrusions along the back. I don't know if I'm super comfortable with this thing. I guess it's okay. These just dangling here as long as I don't hit them. Oh, let's start down here. I don't think there's any critical alignment of these pieces. I think all they do is hold the gantry apart. That's a good point, Patrick. The tiny handled, so you, I mean, and that's a long screwdriver shaft, so it's easy to twist. So you'd probably run the risk of twisting it if you aren't careful. do this. Feels flush. Cool. This guy, let's take it to that end. Right, yep. And then the other lead screw with a nut and spring. So let's go here. I've probably done this off the printer, maybe a little easier. There we go. There we go. So you want to, I'm going to take this off. When you do one of these, you want to make sure that you compress the lead screw nut, that spring, so that the lead screw nut is down inside of this slot and has minimal distance between that brass nut and the surface it butts up against. You want to have that spring compressed as much as possible. There we go. That's all the way in. So, are we allowed to put the other plate on yet? That's on. All that's on. I didn't forget any bits and pieces, right? I did forget to do one thing I wanted to do, though. I want to take my cool little deburring kit that I learned from Clow 42 and deburr this, because that's got a bit of a sharp edge on it. So let's take this off again. I'll just push this in here. Then I just kind of want to that is nice. That works so well. Able to get in there. Just take that burr off. That worked really well. I could feel something before, now I can't. So let's do that on this side. See how much that... See the bit there. There. Very nice. Yeah, this works for plastic. This little kit here, if you search for so Clow 42 CLOUGH42 is a channel I just discovered, and he has a list of tools that he wouldn't do without. He has a video on that, and this was in there. It's come in very handy. But yeah, take little shavings off of there. Get these and throw them away. You can, I mean, I also have one that works serviceably. I bought this at Home Depot. I mean, hardware store type places should have it. This has an extra bit in the handle. It's not bad, but this is another level nicer. Yeah, that's nice. I'm making chips. Okay, Z-axis, that's done. Now we can put the other plate on. Okay. A little bit. So that's going to go in there, and that's going to go there. The longer bolts here are going to go in. Let's go here. What is going on? There it is. See, these are on the edge. So hopefully I'm going to take a measurement here and compare it each side, see how close they are. But there's not a lot of wiggle room in these. How are we doing on our ERCF print? That's looking pretty good. I have so many projects to prep for. I appreciate everybody's patience and understanding with me not streaming last weekend. I've been out of town the last 2 Saturdays, so my prep time really suffered, and I just ran out of time to get stuff done. So I was going to do this last weekend, but I really wasn't ready. Perfect. So I have ERCF parts printing there. I have a bunch of smaller projects I want to do. Like I want to revisit Euclid. I probably want to at the same time, probably different video, updates on whatever's changed with Clicky. ERCF, probes, Tridex. I want to work on Tridex project. I've got a V0 to V0.1. I want to upgrade my original V0 and probably do a few tweaks to it at the same time. So lots of printing and just general prep work for projects ahead. $33.8 on that side. 34.2 on this side. Oh, that's not fun. I don't think I can adjust that either. That's funny, Bill. Let's see. See if I can push this over at all. What kind of thing do I have? Hey, this is a hammer, right? Isn't this the exact, these Wera tools that are actually hammers? That's not enough math. Let's see if we can just push that as far as we can. Tighten that one down. Shift this over it. Those. There we go. So that is as far forward as it can be. And what was my measurement on this side before? That won't go any further forward, so. We got 33.84. $34.19. So let's see if we can move this one back just a hair, and then that'll be as much as we can do. This probably actually works better as a hammer than that. Oh, that's loud. Let's just. Okay, so I'm holding that back as far as I can. Tightening one. Squaring it up. Confirming it's square. Yep. And then tightening the rest. Perfect there. What did we end up with? I only got 0.05 or so. So it's what, 33.85 and 34.14. It's only so much you can expect from these, I guess. 33.9. 25.25 millimeters off. Is this a multi-stream or is it finished today? I don't know. That's why I put the part 1 question mark on the title. I have no idea how long this is going to take. How long have we been going? Almost 2 hours? Can't really see that. Let me get the print out of the way. There we go. One hour of building. Yeah, we spent some time unboxing. There we go. The whole point is hang out and build. That's the channel. Hang out and build. Hopefully some nuggets of education happen in both directions, because I've learned a lot from chat, especially on the streams where we struggle with something. We are awfully close to another milestone on the channel. I don't know if we'll hit it today or not, but should be within the next day or two. CMZ, the plan is to just learn. Use this as a platform to learn a little bit more about these machines. Okay, 2 more. I'm running out of hardware over here. Now these are going to be interesting to confirm are lined up. Kind of wish I hadn't put the lead screw in yet. Can't really tell. I mean, I can estimate a lot of this as being very close. Yeah, I'm very close, Sanity. Maybe, oh yeah. Well, that feels pretty consistent across there. So I guess I'll have to call that adequate. Oh, what is that? Oh, did I lose a... I did. I lost a set screw somewhere. Put that right there. Let's see. Don't forget the vacuum accessory. Oh yeah. So this is moving. I lost a set screw. Unless it wasn't there to begin with. I will probably have to dive into a stash to see if I can find a replacement. It's in a baggie. Oh, there it is. Huh, I'm surprised I found it. Wow. Pretty I think it's easier to trim and square when the machine is assembled. Oh, I don't even have my other glasses on this bench. Okay. See, this is why I wanted this. I mean, this thing's almost fully assembled and it's not heavy, which for a CNC machine, that's a bad thing, but I can move it around. Okay, we're going to break this loose. There we go. Just to make sure that it can, there we go, comply with this end. There and there. There we go. And then 2 of these guys. Can always fix it to a bench. Yep. Okay. That is very close. That is very... Move this way. Oh, that'll take a while. It's actually still too stiff. I can see it's tweaked and it shouldn't be. Pull this off. There we go. Just kind of move it to try to make it free. You can always, here, should be able to, if you can see these, and then the thing comes out. So see, that has a spherical shape and it matches up in here and it goes in. Should, yeah, fall back into place. That's how these work. That's how they come apart. Let's try that again. Hi, Maxime. And once we get this all moving, we can tighten and loosen things to catch any binding spots, I think. And these have set screws on them to lock that in. And this coupler is just to correct any misalignment here, not to take care of any linear play there or whatever. I don't. You got these nice little, these are actually really nice. They're actually machined aluminum manual movement knobs. I have to move that. Is there a backlash compensation on the axis? Yeah, these are, they have kind of integrated anti-backlash nuts. There's a spring in here that we assembled. So that is the main part of the assembly. Let's put this on its side, put these feet on it. Little rubber feet with a, what are these? Not that. Let's get our not a hammer. Go to the, sure, let's go right there. Hey, Maker Viking, welcome. One more. Let's see. There we go. What is the controller board you're going to use with that? The one it came with. It's a Gerbil. It's a Gerbil or Gerbil. GRBL controller. So everything we do today is going to be as it came from in the package. And then we might play around with it later, depending on lots of factors. Monkey Butler Labs. I don't think you're going to be able to turn them fast enough to worry about that on this. Okay, I'm going to get rid of my plate here. So I have to figure out, balance it on here. So give me a second. See, this is, and then you see how off my table is, because this thing is not that far off, but that'll be fine. Yeah, I don't think you can turn these really fast enough to worry about the back EMF or whatever on the, or back voltage from the steppers. It did not come with Haribo candy. I don't know that I would have wanted to eat any gummies that would have come with this. I just discovered these. I printed some out, one for a little trash bin on here, and another for pens and stuff. The drippy pail and drippy bucket. Excuse me. See where we're at. It did not come with a ducky either. It came with laser safety glasses, but not a laser. Spindle. And those knobs already put on. Okay, and then the controller. Not much in detail there, but we don't need it. So this is the spindle it came with. It's an upgraded, it's supposed to be 200 watt. Many of them come with, let's see, if we go back, many of them come with a motor that looks like this. And you can see that it's just a little brushed motor in there is that 775? Is that what those are? Yeah, 775 spindle motor. So the Max part of this has an upgraded spindle. So I think that in there, and deburring that was a good idea because that slid in there just fine. Before we do all that, so I don't have to do it on the device, let's put the collet together. Got the where'd that go? Collet nut and the collet. The upgrade is the chrome. Well, it is, I mean, it is aluminum. It's like RCF would say, one grade above cheese on the aluminum, but it's not acrylic, so. So that goes in here. It should snap in there, right? Hey, Kyle. There we go. That snaps in and then threads onto here. How is that? Is everything clean in there? Should make sure everything's clean in there. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything there. There we go. Are you gonna curve a Voron cube today? We might do the Voron logo if I can find a DXF of it. I'm not exactly sure what direction I want the wires to come off of this at. We'll just put it on there like that for right now. This one? Nope. This one. That has got quite a bit of play there in that bearing. Look at that. Vertical isn't bad on these guys, but on there is not great. Is that moving anywhere? No, that's just all in the bearings. You want them towards the board? Yeah. No cable chains or anything like that on this. Okay. Missing water cooling in VFD? Yeah. That's on, and then we get to put the controller on the back, and then we're on to wiring. Okay. Where is the controller? Okay, so here's the controller. This is the spindle power, and then X, Y, and Z. And there are some end stops and stuff like that that you can connect down here, and then that little cheesy controller goes there. Little power switch. That's an actual switch. And then reset. Okay. Whatever. the last of the hardware. Just like wiring a Voron. Last of the hardware that doesn't actually fit through the holes in the plastic. Am I doing something wrong? Because those are not nearly long enough. What am I missing? Those are not nearly long enough. Nothing missing there. What was I supposed to use? It says M5x10s. And then there's the cheap version that they throw a picture in here for some reason. This isn't even what the rest of the instructions have been. I've got my 5mm reamer. Let's ream this hole out. So that bolt will fit through without cracking the plastic. Hi, Thomas. Does it come with a pre-made wiring assembly? Considering the wiring is simple enough that I think this is about the extent of the wiring. Sure. Okay. Now they go through, but I'm not sure they're going to actually thread catch on the extrusion. We will find out. That's just going to go right like that. Yep, it did. Just barely. That's good enough. It doesn't have to be tight. It's not holding a lot. Am I done with my coffee? Yep. Move on to my backup drink. Control board description. So this is where we go. We have a PWM output for the laser, PWM output for the spindle, then the steppers, power button reset, the offline controller, and then probes that we're not using yet. The Pro has Bakelite gantry sides. Yeah, they either Bakelite or acrylic or depends on what model. And then there's a bunch of software and stuff. Okay, let's play around with wiring this thing. We've got quote unquote harness and some spiral wrap to help control it all. Is this all one piece? Yep. And these are all the same length. So let's just grab one. This is Y. And then the motor. Goes on there. This is so... I will have to do something about this. I mean, I can easily put a cable chain along the top here at least. At least nothing else moves. So I think a bunch of shortening wires and controlling them better than this is in order. Do something like that with the spiral wrap. And Z. Oh, that's got to stay away from that fan. So what if I just did something like this right now? Let the spindle do the work. That's pretty close to that. So if I just do that, I don't really care about this spiral wrap stuff, so I'm just going to cut it where I think I might need it, and just start using it. This gives some level of organization here. I like the split loom cloth stuff better than this spiral wrap. Kind of like what Prusa uses for their wires. I like that stuff. The cloth version, the nylon plastic stuff is annoying, although I've used it. Just rotate the wrap. I'll probably, yeah. I think I'm too far for that. This won't take long. Screw it on. Yeah. I'll do that on the next one. Like I said, I don't use this stuff often, so I haven't developed the tricks. I'll try that, your suggestion, on the next one. Oh, I was talking about projects I'm trying to get prepared for earlier. I think I've decided I want to do an Ender 3 to switch wire conversion, because I can give that switch wire to my friend. I mean, the Ender 3 conversion to my friend. So it'd be useful. I'm trying to figure out which version to use, though. There's always something that I don't like about things, and I think I probably need to suspend that as far as whether that annoys me or not for some of them. Let's just do that and bring it down together down here out of the way. So this will be a fairly short one. They give you a lot of this stuff, at least. Way more than you need. Still got this much left. So you say twist it on. So let's start here and twist. Oh, geez. That is way easier. Thank you. Oh, I lost it down here. The problem with making my own is time. I'm not invested that much interest in the project to to want to do it. I'd rather take something that is out there in the community. It's really wanting to split on that. There we go. It's because the end of that is really curled in. Where are we at? So you manually jog it and set the home position. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to leave that like that. Just a little bit of cleanup on that stuff, right? This will move. Might want to zip tie that up out of the way. I don't know. We'll see. What else do we have? Controller? So this controller is really funny. But we'll hook it up. There. And there. Yeah, there are inputs on this board for end stops, and Gerbil supports end stops. But right now we'll place it in a position, set its home, and it'll do its operation from there. Okay. There we go. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Just because, where is it? I bought the add-on spoil board. So let's put that on. So it's just an MDF, free inserts, just generic. It's nice that it came with little corner protectors, but just a generic spoil board. Let's move this way. What power supply it uses? It uses a brick, a power brick. One of these. It is. Okay. It is a 1.5 amp. Oh, no. 24 volt, 10 amp output. 24 volts. Wow. I was expecting 12. Okay, so it has these already in here. So let's just line those up. That goes just like that. Out of the way. Not very tight. I don't think these need to be very tight. Looks like they probably went in okay. of wiggle. This thing is not super precise. Is there something you'll be using for, is this something I'll be using for future builds? No, I would not trust this to square up rails or extrusions or anything. This is mostly just a learning platform for me. Kind of be able to try out different things. Okay. Are we ready to turn it on? I think so. Cord already. Power. Let's get my little tool thing out of the way. Pull this out of the way. Just go here. What software will I be using? What came with it? Power. All right. Is on. Oh, lights. Aha. Oh boy. Let's see if we can get a better view of this little thing. This might be the easier way to see it. The refresh rate is fun. Cool. I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's go to control. Holy moly, it moved. X plus. X plus moved in the X plus direction. It did come with candle. Y plus. That's the Y plus direction. Y minus. Yep. It's moving in the right direction. And then Z plus. Yep. Everything's moving in the right direction. That's good. And then it will run it into, there's no end stop, right? No limits. So if I hit Z again, we might skip some steps, maybe one more time. One more. Yeah, it doesn't take much. It doesn't have a lot of torque to skip the steps though. Because that was barely, you can barely hear that. Ooh, that's. Okay. It's alive and everything moves in the right directions. Ooh. Let's see if we can get some little bit of. Actually. Get some dry lube in that. Oops. Oh, spindle turns on. How do I turn it off? There we go. I'm just running it through to get some of that lube in the. Oh, there's some more. Try to get rid of that. Oh, that. Holy moly, that thing. That lead screw is bent. Can you guys hear that? Oh, I hit that a lot. Let's reset. Does it hurt your ears? Sorry. Is it the squeal that's coming through, or is it just amplifying? Because this isn't loud. This is not loud in person here. That is not loud at all. Is it just coming through? Now when it squeals, yeah, that's pretty darn loud. The squeal, okay. I was hoping to get rid of that with this dry lube. Just run it through, try to get some in there, and that's gonna run to the end. Yeah, just reset. Oh, wrong button. Normal movement is silent. Good. Oh, don't want to get this dry lube on my MDF build plate. Just go there. Then yeah, that's, I don't know what to do about that. Okay. Well, we won't be moving it much, I don't think. Let's run this through manually. There is quite a wobble to that lead screw, though. Need an e-stop? I'm just pressing on the reset button. There might, I wonder if there's one on the controller. There's an exit. Oh, that's the step adjustment. I was going 10 millimeters. Yeah. The pellets. Well, I guess let's install a driver and see if we can communicate with this thing with the computer. Yeah, it does have a coupler. It needs these small diameter couplers in order to fit in here. At least I don't think one of the bigger couplers will fit. I'll play around with it later. This is just about getting this thing assembled. If there are any mods I want to make to it, that can come later. I think the rest of this is just software drivers. So there is the driver, and let's install that. What? There we go. Sure, install. Driver successfully pre-installed in advance. Woohoo! And a little scary. Yeah, this, oh. Oops. Ah. This is just the dry lube, this 3-in-1 stuff I just had. on hand. Might be able to find something a little more effective. That's just stuff I got at Home Depot or Lowe's. Okay, let's find oh, it's a mini USB. What can I plug into there? Plug in right there. It's a mini USB. See ya, Evil. Not reusable anymore, that's right. Let's power it off, I guess. No, we can leave it on. Plugged in. You're gonna come up and tell me it's installed. USB connect, it says on the... It says USB connect. So, it sees something. There is Gerbil control candle. Let's run this and see what happens. Oh boy, that is not going to be good. Come on. Open up. I got a problem. Whoa, what's going on? It won't start anymore. It's installing the virus. I started it and I moved it to my screen that I can share, and it rendered it. It's displaying very weird, and now it won't start again. Oh yeah, Charlie was on here early, Evil. He'll be back. He was on here early today. Now he's sleeping. I'm looking for this process so I can kill it, but it's not even showing up as a process. Yeah, this won't start anymore. I'm running it, it won't start. Let's try, yeah, like you said, compatibility mode. Let's try that. Aha. Aha. Good job. Thank you, Patrick. That appears to have worked. We have Gerbil control candle. So let's do that right there. Oh, shoot. See if we can get this to some usable. Yeah, compatibility mode seemed to have fixed it. Let's move this right there. I don't know what COM it installed on. Let's find out. It looks like COM 5. See? USB serial device COM 3, USB CH340, which is what this is, I think. It's COM 5. So let's go here and go COM 5. Okay. Hey, it's seeing something. Can I do stuff? Yeah, it jogged. It's communicating with it. Okay, so we have candle. Can we actually do anything with this? What can we open in here? So G-code files, but not... So they have some sample. Test code. What is words? Ah, I have some words. Candle runs, doesn't create. Got it. So we have some sample here. If we look at this, we're not going to home because we don't have end stops. We don't have a Z probe. So let's do this. Let's move this. Our origin is in the bottom. The bottom corner. I'm just going to do an air. I'm just going to run it through this program in the air. It's always a good idea, I think. That's what I did with my MPCNC. My first programs were in the air. Does anybody know what that says? So we're just going to move this to the bottom right corner. Go in here. 0. Both axes, all axes. And what do we just send it? Sorry about that. It turned the spindle on full blast. It started. But holy moly, that was loud. Got a little problem I saw here. Let's see if we can get a view of this. That is awfully close, and I think a lot of the noise we were hearing was that bouncing on that. I assume that noise was awful for you guys, right? Hey, Kit. That is not very well balanced. And I think it was sitting there vibrating against the stepper there. I am not going to be able to run this on stream today. Let's see if we can get something running without a... Can I get this going without the tool running? The squeals were worse. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. 3DP Freak. Let's watch this thing move. I'm gonna power it off, unplug the spindle so it just can't run. Get this thing back on. So, just for fun, I'm gonna move this back and see how loud it is now. Yeah, I just unplugged it. That's the easiest way to get that thing to not make that noise. It was awful for me. It must have been canceling out much of it for you guys, but that was awfully loud for me. Hey, KB3D. Welcome. Let's go back here, and I think I can reset the program. Oh, I did that because it had already started something. So I reset, and I'm going, and we're already at 0, 0. So I think I can just send it. Now it's doing something. Interesting. They are supposed to be loud and make a lot of mess. But it's doing stuff. There's no space in this clamp. I may just take this unbalanced contraption here off because it's not even really a fan. It's an air agitator. The vanes on it are straight. So the most it's going to do is disturb the air around the motor. I'm pretty sure I've seen better printed ones. Although printed at 12,000 RPM may not be a greatest idea. Oh, that's it. It did the whole thing. That was in a super small area. Should it be lower? Let's find out. Let's, I don't know what this is doing. It stopped. Why did it stop? It didn't actually finish. Is it waiting for a tool change or something? So waiting for a tool change. Yeah, Mitchell, you're probably right. Spinning hand grenade. Hi, Angie. There are veins, but they're straight. Here. Show you what I'm talking about. You look at this thing. There is no twist to them. It's just straight veins. It's a, like I said, it's an air agitator, not a fan. What do you guys suggest? So what should we try as a different control software besides Gerbil Control Candle? Do you guys have a suggestion for me to grab and download and we can try it? It is Chrome. Chrome is blingy, right? No matter what, even if we move this down, here, let's do it. Even if we move this down as low as it would go, it's still going to hit in the same spot at higher Z levels. And it's still out of balance. It's visibly out of balance. It's gonna make that thing vibrate like crazy. Universal G-code sender? Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking, I wonder how hot this actually gets. I'm just gonna move this back. Maybe let's put it in about the middle of travel. Make sure that's out of the way. I'd like to keep with, just for now, So what is it? Universal G code sender. UGS. Downloads. For Windows. Let's close this candle crap. Terminate and exit. Yes. Did that finish? Well, let's find out. Download UGS. I guess I hate these. I'd rather have an installer. Let's uncompress this. Oh, it's still using G-code. It's just Gerbil commands. There is a lot of play in this thing, though. Oops. Hold on a second, I lost my... Windows protected your PC from an unrecognized app. Run it anyway. Okay, I'll move this over to... You guys can see... Oh, shoot, what happened? There we go. Holy moly. This thing does not like... These programs are not liking my dual resolution. See? This is what I'm getting. I'm trying to move it over to... when trying to move it over to my other screen, it is not happy. Let's see if I can start this up again. Now it's trying to open off of my... It's trying to open off of the visible area of my screen now. These programs, they're... I don't even get the option to change that. I can't do anything with it. It's off my screen and I can't get back to it. Any suggestions? Maximize and restore window. I don't have that anymore in Windows. I get close window. Right click, close window. That's all I get. And it is somewhere, who knows where, off my screen. Oh, window button. I tried Alt for some reason. Let me try that. Nope. I can't get anything. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay. I got it back. So can I get it over here now? Okay, you guys see it? What a pain in the neck. Where is... Oh, there we go. Wow. and it is not scaled well. There we go. Error opening connection. I didn't, yeah. Where do we set that stuff? Setup wizard. It opened up in the other window. Let's try this. Setup wizard. Let me see if I can get this somewhere so we can see it. Gerbil, COM5, connect. Connected. Okay. This is Windows 10 on this machine. I was running Windows 11 when I first started streaming with it, but I switched back to Windows 10 because I was having some trouble. I wanted to troubleshoot. Next, if your machine came with a configuration file or if you previously made a backup of your settings, you can load them here. We don't have one. Next. I don't think X minus. That's moving it in the X minus direction. Okay. Y minus. That's doing it. And Z minus. Yep, all those are moving in the correct direction. To avoid future headaches, if any of these programs really crash when connected, the next program probably won't see the port anymore. Okay. Let's go back. Next. Calibration. We'll now attempt to calibrate your machine. Try moving the machine and measure the results, then calibrate to the estimated steps. Do we want to do this? Do we want to leave it as it is? I think I'm going to leave it as it is. Next. We do not have limit switches. Next. We're not homing since we don't have limit switches. And we do not have soft limits. So finish. Jog controller. So we should be able to go in a 10 millimeter step. Why isn't it doing it? Where is our... It didn't jog it. Feed rate 10. Not doing anything. We don't need this. Wow, this program is interesting. Oh, it's jogging it. it's jogging it at 10. So I probably have to wait here a little bit. Or stop. There we go. Numbers are changing. Let's go at 1,000. There we go. So what if we just do a very simple, here, let's do even more simple. We have almost exactly 95 millimeters in that gap. Let's jog 10 millimeters. And we are almost exactly 105 millimeters on that gap. 10 millimeters per minute is what, is that per minute? Doesn't say, but yeah. An error has occurred. An error has occurred. Error while processing response. Okay. For input string something. Whatever. In the Y direction, we are at 109 millimeters. Let's go Y plus. Yeah, these are all right. It's at 99 millimeters. So we're moving the correct steps per millimeter or whatever configuration is correct. What else can we do? I can't cut. I need to figure this out. We've made it move. We assembled it. It didn't take that long. A lot of talking time. Let's turn it off. Let's just wind down, because we have been going for 3 hours now. So I know this is a little different. It's not a 3D printer, but I think I'm gonna have fun with it once I figure out a few of the quirks. Oh, let's find something out. Let's find out something. How well does my extrusion slot stuff fit in here? It's a little looser than I'd like, but it would probably be adequate. At some point, find a Z-shaped bar for tramming. Yeah, something so you can rotate it so you can measure how well this is trammed. Although, you see that wiggle there? I don't know what to do yet to try to minimize that. There is a lot of play in that tool head. Is that normal for the plastic ones too? Just gonna mark that. Cut it. I don't have a good way to insert a pencil here. I don't have an 1/8 inch lead. I could drag scoring the V bit across something, but I don't think I really want to do that. Where are we at? But I think these will work pretty well. Those slots to keep some debris out of the thing. I think it is play on this linear rod. And these bearings are pressed into this assembly. Duct tape a marker to the motor. Yeah, could probably do that. But still, we're at 3 hours. I think I'm gonna listen to your suggestions. We can chat for a little longer here. Kept wearing out connectors. Yeah, all that play seems to be on these LMU whatever bearings and the rod. So, yeah. What would we do? If we did this, you guys were suggesting maybe I'd duct tape something like that. But then what would we draw on? I don't want to draw on this. Tape a piece of paper down. Is it Bowden or direct feed? It's very direct feed. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there. There's anything else we try to do is probably gonna take us for another half an hour, 45 minutes at least. And I think this was good. This went together. There's some weirdness in the spindle. I probably want to look to see what other communities solutions are out there. But it is very movable. It is solid. It's not super light. It's just small. Joan, your streams on the LDO 2.4 kit really helped in assembling mine. Everything went together smoothly and it prints great. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Head nod is a real problem with these machines. Do you have any idea what the typical solution is? Does this whole thing need to be redone, or? I'm not opposed to anything. There's no reason for this to stay stock or spec. I have no problems with making changes. Use this to mill something better, and then use that to mill something better, and it never ends. Buy a better machine. Yes. Which probably means just leave it alone, and you're probably going to get good enough for what you can do on here. It's probably going to be good enough parts, right? Even this has a little bit of play, a little bit of twist. There's good solid in that direction. I'm building a Trident, just got the frame together, printing all my own parts on the V2. Nice. Seeing a lot more Trident builds. That's very good to see. Up over, are we approaching 600 serial numbers on the V1 series now? Edwin, I bought one of those 7x14 lathes. I haven't done much with it yet, though. I need to go through and do all the things to actually make it usable. Adjusting the gibs and all that. I haven't looked for any Discord servers for this kind of machine. If I can't balance the spindle, I might need to replace it. Well, this is, I think it's all, this, the fan on top here is visibly wobbling. So I'm hoping I can just take that off and then just monitor how hot this thing gets or not. Kit, so my only plans for this is to have a small device I can move around and try different things on. That's all. $558 for cereals. That's mine. I built, I think I got my cereal probably around March of 2021, and it was $210. So that's pretty good. Trident was released in August, and I don't know what serial number we were at in August. So yeah, this is just a platform to play with different things. Different controllers, different firmware setups. Yeah, V2 is nuts. My V2 serial number, my first one was 449. I've only serialed one of each of my Vorons. So I have 449 for V2, I have 103 for V0, I have 1 for Switchwire and Legacy, and then 210 for the Trident. I haven't touched the WLAD stuff, but I do have a couple of the ESP32 controllers now that I need to find something to do with them. It's just a matter of time. I gotta have some time to commit to working on stuff like that. I have a lot of stuff to catch up on in the like Trident stuff and a little bit of E2 stuff. I need to get back on and catch up. I've taken a little bit of a mental break on some things, not just Voron related, but getting back into it now, getting some stuff printed, getting lined up for some projects. Run off of Gerbil or GBL. Run off of GBL. Are you talking about this? Just keep it on that or get away from it? I've got 2 builds coming up that I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with. I have 2 V2s that I need to build, and I won't be live streaming them because that's the content there is just, it ends up being oversaturated. But I am planning on taking one of them and just setting up the camera and filming the entire build and then do a time lapse, but at the same time just kind of time how long it takes to do the build without outside of the live stream setting. Charlie. There. Charlie, let me see if I can do this. This is going to be kind of hokey, but it's probably the best way for me to... Charlie loves to lay like this. He's hugging his back legs. That's what he's doing right now. He's sleeping. So there's your Charlie content, because I usually if he's gonna wake up, he'll answer to his name. But he likes to hug his back leg and sleep. Yeah, I've ordered 2 V2 kits to build for a local friend. So I'll be building one continuous, try to do a time lapse, kind of time how long it takes, and then I might try, no promises, I might try to do some tips and tricks on the other one, standalone videos. Do I silicone the heater pad on the builds? I have not done that on any of my self-source builds. The LDO stuff that I've built came that way. It's recommended. Kinovo's official instructions recommend doing it. I just haven't. VT336 was early November, so it seems like it's picking up. But yeah, if I do the Ender 3 switch wire conversion, still looking at parts and stuff for a solid fork, and then V0 update with some mods on my original serial number 103 V0. What else? Oh, ERCF. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff still coming up. And I'm always open for suggestions, because there's a lot of things I still want to do, like the Tridex. That's another big one that I want to do. Tridex, I have a lot of the parts for that now. And other little things, and any suggestions you guys have for just kind of the various mods. I have to be into it, and it has to make sense to me before I'll do it. But I want to do like a good nozzle scrubber, how to get a nozzle scrubber on the printer and set up the macros for that and stuff. Oh yeah, and the RC car stream. I got to do the buggy build. So which will be popular, Sanity? Trying to convince my son to convert his artillery sidewinder to its switch wire. Yeah, so I have a Ender 3 Pro, just the original Ender 3 Pro, and I think that's what most of the mods out there are based on. So it'll be useful. So the reason, what convinced me to want to do it is that I think it'll be useful because it's something to build. I mean, it's a ground up build, but my friend, a local friend, it'll make for a nice printer for him to play with. Oh, yeah, thanks, Sanity. The Prusa stuff on the switch wire, the Prusa bed stuff with the clipper dead zone configuration, and also the trying to check to see if we can quantify whether there's a difference between an inductive probe and its effect, and if the magnets have an effect on it by using like a magnetic or a end stop switch type probe. See if we can find a difference in the bed meshes. How is that non-fan fan going to come off? One way or another, it'll come off. It appears to be pressed on, so I can probably get a puller on there or just cut the fan up. I have no need to put it back on once it comes off. Yeah, Patrick, I'm starting to explore what options are out there. There's some popular ones. I've got only one real complaint about the design on one of them. So I might reach out to the person who did it and ask their input, what they think. Leo, this fan is out of balance. It's bumping against the stepper here. And when I turn it, I can visibly see there's a wobble. And it's not actually a fan. It's just straight vanes, so it's more of an air agitator. So. Yep, it was really loud and really bad. So I don't know how hot this is going to get, especially with this big aluminum mount. It might act as a good heat sink, so we'll see. What do you think of doing some streams that revolve around design? If I come across something that I want to work on that would be appropriate, it could be like a Fusion 360 stream. I just haven't come across that use case yet, or that example. The stepper rotation wouldn't make any difference on this because it's fixed in its spot, and it is just, I think you can see here that, look how close that is. Even moving the thing down, and you can see the wobble there. That's pretty bad. And then coupled with this having quite a bit of play, it was vibrating enough to where I think it was just hitting this and making the majority of the noise. So yeah, this is definitely plastic. This is just chromed plastic. Design a fake printer for Charlie to sleep in on stream. He's still hugging his legs over there. Yeah, I'll cut that off, and I think this will be useful. If I can get something happening on this, I'll try to take a video and post it on Twitter. But it won't be today or tomorrow. This is kind of built. Now I'll get back to it as I can, type thing. How did you end up redesigning 1.8, and how did you come up with that simple bed coupling using GE5C? Working on 1.8, I've kind of covered it in the Nero interview I did a few weeks ago. And when we released Trident, I talked about it. It was basically just working on something and just continuing making progress to the point of being allowed to kind of take over the project and finish it off. How did I come up with that simple bed coupling using GE5C? That's kind of working within the constraints of using the existing bed extrusions and stuff from 1.8. Where can those go? Using the bed extrusions and then the mounting points on the build plate itself, where does that put them? And then what do you have room with that remaining space to use? And then the GE5C bearings had been used in the mod on the 2.4. So it seemed to make sense to use those there. Does the clamp open enough that you could shim the one? No, it's very tight in here. I might be able, I mean, it would have to be bent open, but I don't think that's the solution. I think we just get rid of this and call it good. Purple glue stick on heat bed, leaving white residue on parts. All ABS, depending on how it comes off the bed, is going to leave a stress mark residue. Use a heat gun and it'll go away. That's not actually the glue stick. That's probably not the glue stick you're seeing. It's probably the ABS plastic. When you bend ABS plastic, when you stress it, it turns white. Take a piece of ABS filament and just bend it, and you'll see. Yeah, this will need to be surfaced. The spoil board will need to be surfaced. I have a surfacing bit. I used it on my MP CNC. But, yeah. This is ABS. You take this and you bend it. I don't know how well that's coming up on camera, but you can see the white. Thanks, Loom Boy. We are very close, I think, to the next big goal. Let's find out. Where are we at? It's 16 more to hit the next big milestone. You have an MP CNC. I've used it to cut. I don't think I have anything immediately here. I've used it mostly to cut like panels for printers we've been building. Just like the ABS panels. What else did I use? I helped a friend build a lowrider, which is from V1 Engineering as well. And I cut the plates for the side out of 1/2-inch ABS. What was that? Sorry, I heard a noise. The MPCNC, the new one, the Primo version, is a hugely significant design improvement from the one before that, from the Burley. The guy who designs that lives just about an hour and a half from me. I've never met him though. I'd like to one day. But some of the design, no support design philosophy stuff was significantly improved for the MPCNC, and it works pretty well for what it is. So cutting MDF, cutting plastic, you'll see a lot of people say they have success with aluminum in their particular setup, and your mileage may vary type thing. I built the Primo. I built it, I think it's about a 22-inch square cut area. And since we've been chatting long enough, Charlie woke up. But I like it for what it is. Yeah, exactly. Temper your expectations and be ready to put in a lot of experimentation if you want to push the limits. Isn't carbon fiber sheets you want to do in a bath, a water bath, when you're doing like CNC type cutting that's going to create debris? Yeah. So anyway, we'll end the stream with a little Charlie visit. And thanks everyone who stuck around for this little off the normal path build. I'll definitely update. I will try to update mostly on Twitter or updates on future streams if I get anywhere with this, if I produce any parts with it. So I think we're gonna call it. So we will see you next weekend. Thanks again. Talk to you later. Bye.